What happens when a spirit is the only witness to a crime? Don't miss the full story. Follow us now for the best cinematic breakdowns. The film opens with three police officers chasing a thief. They are close friends led by the protagonist, Tae-jin. Tae-jin isn't exactly a high-ranking officer, he's at the bottom of the police hierarchy, holding the rank of lieutenant. On the other side, we meet the second protagonist, Dong-seok, a man who loves public transportation and is a true enthusiast of buses and commuting. Jong-soo is characterized by his bravery and chivalry. In one scene, we see an elderly grandmother being bullied on the bus with someone mockingly telling her, "If you can't walk, why did you even leave the house? You retired once and never went back down," along with other insults. A girl nearby looks at Jong-soo, waiting for him to intervene. Without a word, Jong-soo steps in. He approaches the bully, who clearly feels intimidated, and calmly says, "Excuse me, let me pass." There are no blows or insults. The girl follows him out, lecturing Jong-soo. "Shame on you. A big guy like you should be helping people, not acting like a brute." This introduction establishes Jong-soo's character. He is a karate and martial arts instructor for children and a devoted father to a young daughter. Then there is Kim, who is Tae-jin's girlfriend. She may not be the primary lead, but she is the world to Tae-jin. Kim is a hardworking fishmonger who earns her living through grit and sweat. She loves Tae-jin deeply and worries about him to the point of threatening him whenever he returns home injured. She once told him firmly, "Don't you dare come back wounded again," showing her fierce protectiveness. Meanwhile, Jang-soo is at the doctor's office, checking on his daughter's condition. She suffers from a heart defect, and the doctor delivers incredible news. They've found a donor, and the surgery is scheduled in 15 days. Jang-soo is so overwhelmed with joy that it feels as though he is offering a prayer of gratitude to the Almighty. Back to Kim, the hardworking fishmonger. She refuses to go home until she sells all her stock. Seeing this, Tae-jin secretly sends someone to buy her entire remaining inventory so she can finish early. It's a cute relationship dynamic. Once she's done, her tough exterior melts away and she turns into a Siamese cat, tenderly tending to Tae-jin's wounds. Jang-soo's daughter is seen playing with a toy, exerting more effort than her condition allows. Her father prepares her for school, telling her encouragingly, "It's only 15 days left. Just hold on for 15 days. Don't you dare give up halfway through. After the surgery, you can play judo and do whatever you want. I'm heading out now, so I better not come back and find you tired." As they walk to school, he reminds her to walk slowly like a good girl. Later, Tae-jin is with his colleagues and one of them asks, "Why don't you just marry her already?" Tae-jin admits he wants to, but only after he closes the cases he's currently working on. Suddenly, his colleagues vanish, leaving him alone to deal with a citizen who is making a scene because he lost his dog, Borai. The man yells, "I pay taxes to this station, and no one has found Borai yet. What kind of broken police force is this?" Once the man leaves, the other officers emerge from hiding, feeling safe again. That night, while Tae-jin is out searching the city, ostensibly for the dog, he witnesses something suspicious: a boat with several men and women. The women appear to be victims of human trafficking. He sees them being loaded into a black van and takes off on his scooter, making it his personal mission to follow them. The chase leads into a tunnel where he spots a car that looks exactly like the gang's vehicle. It belongs to Jong-soo. Tae-jin, convinced he's found the kidnapper, confronts him. Jang-soo is bewildered. "What are you doing? Of all the cars in the world, why are you messing with mine?" Tae-jin demands to know what he was doing at the harbor, but Jang-soo replies, "What harbor? Who are you? Who am I? Who do you think you're talking to?" and drives off. The next day, Tae-jin is near the school where Jong-soo's daughter studies. He sees Jong-soo dropping her off and decides to tail him, sensing that this man is hiding something. He notices the girl entering the building as he continues his investigation. The story intensifies as Tae-jin remains fixated on Jong-soo, even going as far as photographing his car. Jong-soo, exasperated by this relentless pursuit, mocks him, saying, "Go find some real work. Is there no one else to arrest?" Meanwhile, it's Kim's birthday. Tae-jin, while at the supermarket, finds a gift he knows she'll love and buys it. In the background, he spots the gang members again, but doesn't engage immediately. Later, Tae-jin sits with his colleagues, including his superior and his close friend, a fellow officer who secretly harbors a darker side. Tae-jin mentions he needs to leave early for Kim's shop. His friend teases him, "You spend your entire salary buying out her fish stock every day just so she can close early. Why don't you two just get married already and save the money?" At Kim's shop, Jong-soo is there with his daughter. The little girl isn't a fan of fish, but Jong-soo insists, "It's for your health, don't make this difficult." When Kim asks if the girl is ill, Jong-soo dismisses her coldly. "Mind your own business and focus on your work." Shortly after, Taejin sees Jang-soo refusing to help an old man pick up some spilled fruit on the street. This reinforces Taejin's deep mistrust. He's convinced Jang-soo is a cold-hearted person. The next day, a young girl leads Taejin to an elderly woman who has collapsed. Taejin rushes to help, but Jang-soo appears and instructs his daughter not to help strangers or get involved. Taejin is disgusted, thinking to himself that Jang-soo's morals are more rotten than yesterday's spilled fruit. The plot thickens when Taejin, while eating spicy noodles, spots the gang again. It turns out they are chasing a girl, a Thai immigrant who was smuggled into Korea. Before they seize her, Taejin sees her hide something in the bushes. He investigates and finds an old memory card. He follows the gang to a rooftop where they have the girl tied up, threatening her. "Where's the card? Give it up or die!" Taejin accidentally makes a noise, alerting the gang, but he manages to slip away. Later, he and his friend watch the footage on the card, revealing a horrific human trafficking and organ harvesting ring. His friend is terrified, warning him, "This is too big for us, Taejin. We handle lost dogs and pickpockets. This will get us killed." Despite the warning, Taejin reveals he has the card hidden in his shirt. Things take a dark turn when Taejin receives a call and heads to a dark parking garage, thinking his friend is meeting him there. Instead, he is ambushed by a masked man. Taejin fights back bravely, but a car suddenly speeds toward him, brutally striking him down. Jang-soo happens to enter the garage looking for his car, which he believes was towed because of Taejin. He finds Taejin on the ground and is also attacked. Though he defends himself with his martial arts skills, he is eventually overpowered. Taejin's friend appears, trembling and crying, revealing his complicity. "We didn't agree to this. You were just supposed to take the flash drive without hurting him." As the gang flees and the police arrive, a surreal moment occurs. Taejin wakes up and tries to talk to the officers, but no one hears him. He is confused until he sees the paramedics carrying a body, his body. In total shock, he follows them to the hospital. Kim arrives, devastated. The doctor delivers a grim diagnosis. A severe brain injury has left Taejin in a deep coma, with no certainty of when or if he will wake up. Taejin stands right beside Kim, trying to comfort her, shouting that he is right there and that he's okay, but she can't hear or see him. He looks at his own body hooked up to machines, paralyzed by the realization that he is now a wandering spirit, invisible to the world. Confused and desperate, Taejin wonders if he's trapped in a nightmare. He tries to throw himself in front of a car, hoping the shock might snap him back to reality, but his instinct makes him flinch. However, a car eventually passes right through him, confirming his worst fear. He is now a literal nobody, a ghost. Meanwhile, Jang-soo wakes up, his first thought being his daughter, whom he left alone. He has no memory of the previous night's chaos, but is relieved to find her sleeping by his side. His daughter playfully scolds him, "You look like you got into a drunken brawl last night." When the police arrive to question him, he honestly tells them he remembers nothing. As Jang-soo walks down the hospital corridor, he almost collides with Taejin. To Taejin's absolute shock, Jang-soo snaps at him, "Are you crazy? Watch where you're going." Taejin freezes. Finally, someone can see and hear him. Jang-soo thinks he's just dealing with a weirdo or a beggar, but Taejin tries to explain, "I'm not human. Look, my body is right there in that room." After a moment of psychological error, Jang-soo follows Taejin's lead and sees the comatose body. The sight is so overwhelming that Jang-soo faints. When he wakes up, he tries to convince himself it was just a vivid dream, only for Taejin to reappear. Jang-soo starts running away in a panic, while a nurse watches him in confusion, wondering why he's talking to thin air. Taejin persists, following Jang-soo everywhere. "Just listen to me, you were at the scene with the gang." Jang-soo insists he was only there to find his towed car. Meanwhile, Taejin's friend visits Kim at her shop, bringing her food but secretly asking if Taejin ever gave her a memory card. Later, Taejin witnesses this same friend taking a suspicious phone call, telling someone not to call him again. Suspicious, Taejin follows his friend and discovers a dark secret. The friend is armed and meets with the gang leader. The betrayal is deep. It turns out the friend was bribed by the gang when he was in debt. But the real shock comes when the senior police captain appears. He is the mastermind behind the entire operation. Taejin is devastated to realize his entire department has conspired against him. The captain orders his men to find the memory card and eliminate the only witness, Jang-soo. Several thugs arrive at the hospital to hunt Jang-soo down. Taejin spots them and frantically warns Jang-soo, who is getting a muscle injection. Jang-soo is annoyed, still struggling to accept his ghostly companion, but eventually realizes the danger is real. A chase ensues through the hospital elevators and the physical therapy ward. Thanks to Taejin's scouting, Jong-soo manages to hide in a room just in time. In a parallel emotional scene, Kim is looking through Taejin's belongings and finds a hidden treasure, a marriage contract he had prepared as a surprise. Overcome with emotion, she signs it and leaves her thumbprint, symbolically becoming his wife. But that's not the only thing she finds. She also discovers the memory card Taejin had hidden. In a heartbreaking moment, she talks to Taejin's unconscious body, revealing a secret of her own. "We are a real family now, the three of us." She is pregnant, and she shows the ultrasound photo to the man who cannot see it. The next day, disaster strikes. Jang-soo receives a call that his daughter has disappeared from school. As the saying goes, misfortunes never come alone. To make matters worse, Kim calls the corrupt officer, Taejin's friend, intending to give him the memory card, unaware that she is walking straight into a trap. Taejin screams at her to stop, but he is powerless. He turns to Jang-soo in desperation. "I don't care about myself anymore, I need you to help me save them." Jang-soo rushed to the police station, but they were completely useless. They told him, "Wait 24 hours. When she's been missing that long, then you can come talk to us." Jang-soo was furious, especially since his daughter was sick. Suddenly, Taejin remembered seeing the little girl running toward a specific house before, so he led Jang-soo there. It was night by then, and they finally found her lying unconscious. After her father picked her up, Taejin noticed drawings she had made of her mother. At the hospital, the doctor said, "It's a good thing you found her. Any later and she would have died. We need to perform the surgery immediately." Jang-soo began to feel comfortable with the ghost and shared his life story. Years ago, while driving with his wife and daughter, he saw a flipped car. Being a man of honor, he rushed to help and save the husband. However, his wife was still trapped in their own car, and in a horrific moment, another truck crashed into them. His wife died, leaving him to raise their daughter alone. This was why Jang-soo decided that helping others only brings ruin. He couldn't even save his own family. Meanwhile, Taejin saw his girlfriend Kim with the corrupt officer. He was screaming, "What are you doing? Don't give him the card!" But she handed it over anyway, thinking it would help catch the bad guys. Taejin tried to stop the officer and managed to hit a trash can, causing it to move in the physical world. Just then, Kim got a call that Taejin's condition was worsening. Both Taejin, the spirit, and his physical body were suffering, perhaps because he had physically interacted with an object. The doctor managed to stabilize him but told Kim, "I won't hide the truth. He could pass away at any moment. Prepare yourself." Kim was devastated and wandered the streets in a trance of grief. Suddenly, the gang's car pulled up and kidnapped Kim. Taejin was too weak to chase them. Meanwhile, the doctor gave Jang-soo more bad news. The heart donor had backed out. Jang-soo begged to meet the donor to persuade them, saying he had waited 4 years for this, but the doctor replied, "According to Korean law, the donor's identity must remain anonymous." Taejin approached Jang-soo, crying and desperate. "My wife has been kidnapped. She's innocent. I have no one else but you. This is my final request before I die." At first, Jang-soo turned away, but his sense of manhood kicked in, and he ran after Taejin to help. They confronted the corrupt officer, who refused to give up the card until Kim was released. Eventually, they tracked down the warehouse where Kim was being held. Inside the warehouse, Taejin used his ability to walk through walls to find where the women were being kept, while Jang-soo, built like a tank and full of strength, started taking down everyone in his path. The corrupt captain tried to frame Jang-soo for everything, but the other officer had secretly recorded the captain's confession. Inside the warehouse, Taejin used his ability to walk through walls to find where the women were being kept, while Jang-soo, built like a tank and full of strength, started taking down everyone in his path. The corrupt captain tried to frame Jang-soo for everything, but the other officer had secretly recorded the captain's confession. In a final struggle, the captain threatened everyone with a gun, but Taejin moved toward an ice machine and triggered it, dumping ice on the captain so the police could arrest him. In a final moving scene, Taejin told Jang-soo, "I'll miss your constant chattering." His last wish was for Jang-soo to take Kim to a specific spot. There, Jang-soo spoke on behalf of the ghost, telling Kim, "He loves you and he misses you." Kim closed her eyes, and through the power of their bond, she was able to see and embrace Taejin one last time. Taejin asked Jang-soo to take care of her, and then made his final sacrifice, donating his heart to Jang-soo's daughter. After the surgery, the doctor who performed the operation turned out to be the same man Jang-soo had saved from the flipped car years ago. He told Jang-soo, "Your daughter is healed. Consider her life a gift in return for mine." The film ends with Jong-soo, the public transport lover, riding the bus again. When he saw a bully, he stood up to him. His daughter is now healthy, running, and playing happily. She embraces Kim and the new baby, while Taejin's spirit watches them from afar. That was the emotional ending of The Soulmate. What did you think of the story? Let me know in the comments and tell me which movie you want to see next.